Kita boleh mula ya, Doktor?
Boleh.
Okey, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi syrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Our honorable speaker, Dr. T.S. Lokman Shah from Luqman Shah. Luqman Shah Hakim from University of Malaysia Pahang Al Sultan Abdullah, and my respected guests, participants, professors, associate professors, doctors, brothers and sisters. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we begin, let us recite Kitab Al-Fatihah. Alhamdulillah, we are very honored today to have our speaker, an expert in this field, to share his thoughts and knowledge on this title. Let me share the screen first. Okay. So the topic of our training today is AI in academic writings, tools, techniques and boundaries, from our speaker, T.S. Dr. Lokman Hakim Ahmad Shah. The program outcome is, at the end of the session, the participant will be able to first identify key AI tools available for academic writing. Second, apply prompting strategies to use AI tools for academic writing tasks. And thirdly, recognize the limitation and ethical responsibilities of using AI in academic writing. This our IIUM7 mission statement, and this training can be mapped to the second statement, which is to produce better quality intellectuals, professionals and scholars by integrating the qualities of faith, knowledge and good character to serve the agents of comprehensive and balanced progress as well as sustainable development in Malaysia and in the Muslim world. And it can also be mapped to our fourth mission statement, which is to nurture the quality of holistic excellence, which is imbued with Islamic moral spiritual values in the process of learning, teaching, research, consultancy, and publication, administration, and student life. So before we go further, let us get to know our speaker today. So we have T.S. Dr. Lokman Hakim Ahmad Shah. He is currently a senior lecturer from the Faculty of Mechanical and Automotive Engineering Technology from University Malaysia Pahang Al Sultan Abdullah UMPSA. His academic background, he has his PhD in Mechanical and Mechatronic Engineering, University of Waterloo, Master of Engineering from Tohoku University, and Bachelor of Engineering from the same university, Tohoku University. And his current roles as the head of program for the Bachelor of Welding Technology, senior lecturer, and he has more than 15 years of academic and teaching experience, mashallah. And his areas of expertise include friction stir welding, dissimilar metal welding, metal welding, laser welding, metallurgy and advanced manufacturing technologies. Pardon me if my pronunciation is not correct, because engineering it's not my forte. So some of his professional highlights, his award and recognition, he has been awarded at the university level, University Academic Award in Engineering in 2024. He also received University Publication Award in several years, 2011, 2021, 2022, 2023. He also received Service Excellence Award 2012, and 2024 Staff Excellence Award 2021 and 2022. His research and scholarly contributions include he has been principal investigators and research team members for numerous university, industry, and FRGS funded projects. He also is a author and co-author of more than 50 journal publications in international journals. He also published books and book chapters on welding technology, engineering, education, and technical writing. He is also active as a postgraduate supervisor in welding and material engineering research. He has several professional certificates where he has this professional, he is a professional technologist where he gets this TS, yeah. And also he is a graduate engineer, CSWIP 3.0 Visual Welding Inspector Level 1. He is also is a research fellow in Advanced Industrial Technology Center of Excellence, UMPSA. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. So somehow a housekeeping announcement, yeah, to our participants. Please keep your microphone muted for the entire session. And please post your question in the chat box or raise your hand to speak if you have questions. Kindly fill in the I-10, which is will be shared at 9:30, 9:30 actually, because this training starts at 9. So we usually share the I-10 link after 30 minutes of the commencement of the training, and kindly complete the evaluation form within 24 hours to earn the CPD points. And we need to know that the CPD point is awarded if you attend and for certain duration of time, and then fill in the I-10 and also fill in the evaluation form. Yeah. All right. So with that, I wish to invite our speaker to share his sharing knowledge. Yeah. InsyaAllah. So tafadhal ya akhi. Stop sharing.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To the Honorable Chairman, Dr. Wirawani bin Kamaruzaman, respected participants, professors, associate professors, doctorates, and also fellow lecturers. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Thank you very much for inviting me, especially Center for Professional Development, IIUM. This is the first time I'll be engaging with the CPD. However, I think this is the second with IIUM. Before this, actually third. Before this, it was with IIUM Kuantan, and also another one with IIUM Pagoh. So I take it the participants here, I think already around 100 over from various campuses of IIUM. So I welcome everyone. Just interestingly, my I would say my hometown is in Gombak, in Taman Melati. So my brother used to go to IIUM Gombak as well, so I'm quite familiar with the surrounding over there as well. But yeah, it's an honor for me to be engaging with you through Center of Professional Development with the title AI in Academic Writing: Tools, Techniques, and Boundaries. I was discussing with Dr. Ashraf, I think, with regards to this webinar. Just so you know, I think it is very short, 2 hours, but hopefully I can give you some input, especially with regards to the ethical boundaries, and also what are the tools that are available that we can actually utilize for us to do our writing and also research. So just as a warm-up, if everyone or the participants here can give some feedback on this. It's just a simple survey that I want to know whether you are already AI savvy, whether you are already using it and fully utilizing it for your article writing, your probably thesis writing, and all that. So if I'll take, allow me to take some 1 minute or 2 minutes for this to get some knowledge on the participants today. I'm not taking names, don't worry. Just want to have a rough idea as to your current knowledge on the AI and things like that. Okay, if you are not able to do the QR, I'll share with you the from here. Okay. I'm seeing some familiar names in the audience today, so good to see some of my friends are also here. I think Puan Azli Nordin, Dr. Zaki, Dr. Siti, and yeah, I welcome everyone. Hopefully we'll have some fruitful session for these 2 hours that we have today. Yeah, I hope the QR works.
Yes, it works, Doctor.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So let's see. Already 24 participants. I don't want to take a lot of time on this, but probably around 50 respondents, then I'll let's take a look at the results. Yeah. So now already 30 people. Thank you very much. Okay, if you still in need of the QR code, here it is. Yeah, pretty close. I think we'll just go and take a look at the results. Yeah. So here are the respondents. Thank you very much for the 49 of you who has responded. Just to have a good, so I would say this is probably the average that I can take for the participants. Already 140 people are joining today. Okay, welcome everyone. So currently, how often do you use ChatGPT or other generative AI apps for your personal task or job? This is common. I think already we are already using. Most of you are using already every day and also a few times a week. So that's the majority, which is good. I think we basically technology is not going back. So if you are reluctant to use, then I think you're going to go. You have to catch up a lot again. So hopefully today I'll give you some good knowledge for you to gain in order to catch up with the current situation. Okay, how would you rate yourself with regards to ChatGPT usage? So most of you are rating intermediate, 70, almost 75. I think this also some of you are already expert, but just putting intermediate as the the answer here, but it's okay. Some of you are already still beginners, don't worry. Inshallah, I'll go through some of the basics. And then, have you utilized generative AI like ChatGPT in academic writing? So also, majority of you have already utilized it, so that's already good as well. I've used mine. I've published some papers with the help of AI, and I'll give you some information on that. Do you think using AI apps like ChatGPT in academic writing can be ethical? So this is interesting. We have, how are you saying no? a minority is saying no. Half of you are saying maybe, and 22 of you are saying yes. So this kind of typical of an answer that I'm getting from throughout my workshops that I've done. And what is interesting is, if you look back at the top here, I would say majority of you, around 70 something of you, already using it very, I mean, almost every day or very frequently, I would say. And I assume also for research and writing. But in case of whether it's academically ethical or not, 50% of you are still not quite sure. So it doesn't kind of add up. You're using for probably your job, but we are mostly lecturers, I assume, most of you. So kind of not tak daily lah, we say in Malay, right? So hopefully I can convince you that using AI can be ethical. There are ethical guidelines, and we'll take a look. And hopefully I also convinced the 9% of you who answered no, in saying that this can be ethical as well. Yes, there is a lot of controversial aspects in the AI usage. And I think within the 2 hours, that is going to be my main topic for today, so that we can be clear as to what is can be used and what cannot be used. And then lastly, other than ChatGPT, how many apps you think are available in the market that can help with your research and writing? So the answers are varied. Some are saying, majority are saying 5, and also less than 10. I would say, yeah, the majority is saying less than 10. So probably you already are aware, other than ChatGPT, we have Gemini, we have Cloud, we have Kimi, we have DeepSeek, probably others, Elicit, Site, probably you've heard of that as well. And that is really related to research and writing. And some of you, I think, 5 of you are saying there are more than 100 apps available in the market. So that's a minority, yeah. But you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how many there are, and I'll show you as proof how many there are in the market at the moment. So please wait for that. We'll discuss that later on. So again, thank you very much for all the participants who participated in the survey. Just briefly, as a gesture to my university, this is my university, University Malaysia Pahang Sultan Abdullah. We have 2 campuses, one in Pekan, Pahang, and the other one is in Gambang. The main one is in Pekan. So I'm currently in Pekan right now, and the weather today is beautiful, alhamdulillah. I hope everyone is also experiencing beautiful weather. We rebranded from CookTem, initially CookTem, and then changed to UMP, now UMPSA, to commemorate the Sultan of Pahang, Sultan Abdullah, in 2023. So we are 1 out of 4 Malaysian Technical University Network. So we have 4 universities: UNIMEP, UTEM, UTEM, UTHM, and UMPSA. So we are 4 brothers who are focusing, or our strong point is on the advanced TVET and also technical. So we are technical universities, and conveniently located in north, south, east, and west. So we are in the east side. We are also an innovative powerhouse with regards to research and innovation, but of course, we're still trailing behind IIUM. We aspire to be like our seniors, UM, UKM, and whatnot. And we try to focus on the industry, industry-focused technologies and things like that. Recently, we got a good recognition from this institution. I can't remember the institution name, but it's a Eco Campus Green Flag, the first in Malaysia to get this, because we have a lot of solar panels in our campuses, so that we can offset the usage of electricity. And staffs are encouraged to buy also electric vehicles, and we have a lot of electric vehicle chargers as well in campus. So that is something that is we try to strive for. I think the chairperson already extensively mentioned about my credentials, so I won't go into detail on this. But my faculty is in the Faculty of Mechanical and Automotive Engineering Technology, and again, I've also been in UMPSA since 2010, so it's already nearly 16 years of me being here. But during that time also, I did my PhD for 4 years in Canada. My current interest is on welding technology. So if any of you are in the same field, please feel free to catch up after this. Maybe we can chat, and probably we can collaborate and publish papers or work together in a project. These are some of my workshops I've done throughout, I think from 2020. So I've counted around 100 more workshops I've done. I've been blessed to have this opportunity. I've had experience in Japan and also in Canada. So I feel honored to be sharing my knowledge, whatever experience that I have abroad, to bring back to Malaysia and share my knowledge with others. This was one of the books that I've written, which Alhamdulillah are selling very well. It's regarding Seni Menulis Artikel Journal, and basically touching the basics of how to write a good journal article. So this is mainly for the postgraduate students who, from my experience, I see they are still struggling to write articles. And in a way, it was my own experience as well. I have to ask seniors, I have to experience it myself. So I wanted to help them have a good good knowledge when they start off with the postgraduate studies. So probably if you are a lecturer, you can recommend it to your students to take a look as well. Okay, just a little disclaimer and points to note before I move on. This is academic discourse. I take it there's professors, associate professors, and also doctorates in here. So I welcome any corrections, any additional information or questions. In fact, if you want to correct me, just feel free to open your mic, and you can interrupt me whenever. It's not a one-way communication. So I hope we have some lively discussions as well. As you see in my credential, I'm not an expert in AI. It's not my field, but I'm more of a AI enthusiast. So I still try to catch up with the very, very fast world of generative AI, and they are updating almost daily. So it's very tiring also to catch up, but hopefully we can also share together what are the current issues or current progress in academic writing, especially with regards to generative AI. I hope the workshop today is going to be pragmatic, meaning it's going to be practical, especially with regards to the ethical side. I get a lot of questions with regards to how to use AI. So allow me to first take a look at the ethical side before we move into the tools that we can use. Yeah. So this is the first topic. Hopefully we can finish off around 1 hour on this. And then afterwards, I'll show you some of the tools, because I think if you already know the tools, but you don't know what are the boundaries, then it's much more not say dangerous, but more, maybe dangerous is a good word, because I think even the undergraduate students are exposed to this, but sometimes they don't know what are the ethical boundaries. So let's talk about ethics first, and then we go to the more the practical side in terms of introducing tools that are available for us to use. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use. Yes, you have any question? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use ladies and gentlemen because it's going to be too long to say professors and associate professors. I'm pretty sure as researchers, I think the majority of you today are researchers, and we have these lingering questions, especially with regards to AI. Is it ethical to use ChatGPT or other generative AI in research and writing? That's number one. Is AI detection the same as plagiarism? That's another one. Are there still gray areas in the ethics of using AI? In a sense, are there still some parts where some people agree that this is ethical, some people agree this is unethical, right? So is there gray areas? I can say yes, and I'll explain to you why. How many percentage of AI detection is allowable? I think this is probably one of the most asked questions whenever I come to the workshop. In fact, I used to ask, I regularly ask participants about this as well. Whenever any university that I go, I will ask this question as well. How much is the percentage allowable for AI detection in your university? The answer might surprise you, and I'll talk about that as well. Should I use humanized AI to avoid detection? And this is another one that is also interesting. And which AI apps is the best for research and writing? This is kind of very bold statement lah, if I were to give one or two answers. But then again, this is from my own experience. I'll share with you some of the ones that I feel are very powerful as well with regards to research and writing. Okay, let's begin with the story. And this is an interesting story about AI usage. So at the end of December 2024, a paper was published entitled Artificial Intelligence, Scientific Discovery and Product Innovation. This was published single author by Aidan Torner Rogers from MIT. He was a PhD student. I think he was a second year PhD student. And the claim was kind of bold from his research. He was saying that AI have discovered 44% more materials, leads to 39% more patent filings, and automates 57 of idea generation tasks. The paper itself, after it's been published, was also praised by a Nobel laureate by the name of Daron Acemoglu, and after that, it became viral. So Nature, Wall Street Journal, The Atlantic came to him and interviewed him about his paper, because he's saying that AI really helped in all these fields. But at one point, the people, the researchers who are in his field, begin to doubt his data. So after much scrutiny from the public, in the end, we found out that the plot twist was the data was fabricated. So one of the strong arguments made by the experts in the field was that there was so much data, and it's impossible to get that much data within 2 years of your PhD. So he was, he said, he claimed that he interviewed a lot of companies and all that, right? So from an experienced person, probably professors, then they're saying this is impossible to get all this information just by 2 years of your PhD. As I know, the current situation was Aidan Torner Rogers, given that he fabricated the data. Initially, MIT was proud that this paper got a lot of attention, but now they distanced themselves from this paper. And as I understand, he was kicked out of MIT because of this data fabrication. So why I start with this is that there will be case studies like this, big case studies on AI when it comes to fabrication and unethical usage. And it will again start a storm of discussion between academics. Some will say, you see, this AI is, promoting fabrication, promoting unethical usage and things like that. So it goes on and on. I think you are already aware there are some other issues with AI as well. Another one, this is quite recent. It was last year. A professor from Hong Kong, University of Hong Kong, loses his management role, key role in the university because of an article that was retracted. Retracted in a sense, if you're aware of a publication in academia, rejected means that it was in the editor level or the review level, then it got rejected. So you and the editor only knows whether your paper got rejected or not. But retracted means it's already been published, people read it, and suddenly people have questions. From that, they scrutinize the article, and the editor will investigate, and if the editor sees that there's some issues with the paper, it will get retracted. So retraction is more severe rather than just rejection. I've been rejected a lot during my academic profession, but alhamdulillah, for now, no retraction. Retraction is can tarnish your name or your university name. So in the case of this professor from University of Hong Kong, the issue that he had was the paper used AI generated references. So not data verification. In his defense, probably the data was perfect. I mean, he and his students did a lot of work on that. But and also in his defense, probably the paper was not written by him. Yeah, he's has a key role in the university, so probably his PhD students or master students wrote the paper or was the main author. However, the student was not careful enough to look at the AI generated references, and when they found out that the references were fake or is not is fabricated by AI, then the paper got rejected. So unfortunate for him, because as you know, I mean, probably the research took years to do it, and suddenly just because of this issue, it got rejected. So another issue that I like to also emphasize, this is utilization of generative AI images. So another paper, this was in 2024, got rejected. Not rejected, got retracted from Frontiers in Cell and Developmental Biology because of these two images. So you can see, maybe you're not in the field. I'm not in the field as well of biology. However, you can see, for example, in the left here, the mouse looks very beautiful. It was done by AI, of course. But suddenly there's this organ that is as big as the mouse, and people are starting to question what kind of organ is this, right? And you have all this mumbo jumbo of English, DCK. What does that mean, right? Retard, and doesn't mean anything. It's gibberish. Also, in the left side, you have what is supposed to be a cell, but when you look at it, you don't understand what it is. Also, right? I mean, if it's a cell, then what's all the arrows, and what's this cloud shape thing, right? It's not labeled. The labels are also mumbo jumbo, right? We have DMMER. What does that mean? We don't know, right? So it looks in the first surface, it looks nice, but people in the field know this is just wrong, totally wrong. So it got retracted. It got retracted because of the misinformation in the images. What is interesting about this retraction was the journal accepts AI generated images with disclosure. However, the crime was not about the AI generated image. I first thought it was because of using AI images. No, the journal itself allows generation of AI images. However, the crime was, I would say crime, the unethical usage was that the author did not verify the images. So it wasn't careful. Basically, just copy and paste the entire image that was done. In fact, the author did disclose they used a certain AI app during that time. It's called Midjourney for AI image, but the issue was that the information was false and they didn't verify. So the issue was actually not because of the AI image, but the verification of what the AI is giving us. So that's kind of interesting case study as well. So it goes to back to the big question: can generative AI apps be used? If it can be used, where is the proof? So this is one big thing that we want to focus on, especially if you have students, or I don't know if there are students in the audience today. One thing that we want to be careful of is that probably, I think, even now, panels like to ask this question. It's kind of the favorite questions at the moment, which is regarding whether did you use AI for your thesis generation or thesis writing, and also if the images are AI or not, right? So in this case, the usage or guideline for universities varies. If you are concerned about your thesis writing and whether AI can be or cannot be used, probably you can take a look at the guideline that has been published in your university, and the official guideline. That would be a really good defensive mechanism for you. In the case of the panels asking why using AI, even though it's unethical, maybe the panel are saying like that, but at least you can actually mention that you have already used the guideline from the university in order to use ethically the usage of AI. But the majority of you, I think the participants today are lecturers. So let's take a look at literature, some of the common guidelines in article writing or thesis or scientific writing. Number one, this is somewhat laughable, but actually, if you look at all the guidelines from publishers, journal publishers, regardless of whatever field you are in, they mention this. AI cannot be listed as an author, because authors have to be humans. It cannot be animals, cannot be inanimate objects, including robots. So this is there was a case, basically the first instances of usage of ChatGPT in article writing, end up the person put ChatGPT as a co-author. So that was the first case, and suddenly now all the guidelines say you cannot list AI as a co-author, even though you utilize AI. Number two, and also this is also very important, we have what they say, publishers require disclosure of AI use. Some ask you to put in a dedicated section at the end of the paper, some in acknowledgements, and some even in methodology. You have to mention in methodology, not in dedicated section, but in a methodology. And lastly, I think this is the most important one, is that humans must verify accuracy, validity, and originality of AI-generated citations and content. So any content, any citation, any even AI-generated image have to be verified by the humans. These three, I think, is throughout all the publishers, these three are basically the main things that is commonly listed as the guideline for usage of AI. What about others? So we'll talk about the other guidelines that is available after this. But this is basically the common guideline. In fact, for universities, like my university as well, this is somewhat the common guideline as well. Okay, so let's take a look. Now that we know already the academic world have accepted AI in the aid for article writing or academic writing, we want to talk about plagiarism. So what about plagiarism? Does AI constitute plagiarism or not? So maybe you are already aware, plagiarism means basically taking someone else's idea and claiming it's yours. Sometimes it's direct. You don't give any credit to the original owner, or sometimes even self-plagiarism. So for the young lecturers here, if you have already published one paper A, and then you have another paper to publish, paper B. In paper B, you are using data from paper A. Your paper, paper A was your paper. Now in paper B, you are using any data from that paper. You have to cite yourself. This is not about masuk bakul angkat sendiri. This is about avoiding self-plagiarism. You can be considered as a plagiarism, how do you say it in English? Well, self-plagiarism, basically, yourself, if you don't cite the paper A, if you use any data from paper A. And that's how the academic world is. And we also have accidental, mosaic, plagiarism, and things like that. There are several types. But basically, the three main components to avoid plagiarism is, first of all, of course, don't claim it's your idea if it's not. But how do you do that? Two ways. One is to cite the original source or sources. And second one is paraphrasing. We have to paraphrase in order to avoid being accused of plagiarism. What is interesting when it comes to this is, if you look back before ChatGPT, which was introduced into end of 2022, I was in that age where I did my PhD before ChatGPT came out, the citation of the original source is easy. We've read the paper, so it's easy to cite. We know where the source was. However, because we are non-native English speakers, paraphrasing was the difficult one. We have difficulty in paraphrasing, so that was the headache lah, basically. However, if you look back, after the age of AI coming, right, the generative AI like ChatGPT coming out, it flipped. Paraphrasing become very easy. By just one single prompt, you can get a good paraphrasing. But the citation of the original sources becomes something of trouble. So the sentence may look good from whatever the AI is giving you, but the citation becomes a headache. Where does this sentence come from and all that, right? So Alhamdulillah, in a sense, because I see the advancements of AI, I see that this has become more and more less of an issue. Before this, I found it was very severe. Just in ChatGPT, if I write, for example, give me 10 papers related to my field, it'll give me a very nice title and a list of 10 papers with nice titles, nice journal name, nice person. And I checked one by one in Google Scholar. I think you've done this before as well. I'm just curious to see how many are fake or how many are okay. And turns out the one that I did, 10 out of 10 was fake. 10 out of 10 was fake. The title was awesome. It's very nice. The journal name looks legitimate. The name of the person looks legitimate. Everything was fake. So that was how severe it was initially with ChatGPT. However, right now they've improved a lot, and I think original sources are already common, meaning they can actually point out where are the original sources. So again, it comes to the question, does using AI constitute plagiarism? If we look back at the three components to avoid plagiarism, if you can cite the original source and if you can paraphrase, then there's no plagiarism involved. So you already cite, you already have the paraphrasing done as well, then in a sense, AI cannot be considered as plagiarism. Using AI cannot be considered as plagiarism. However, there are certain levels of usage of AI that this is not like closed book. Already people are agreeing on this. And I'll show you proof that even publishers do not agree with each other. This is kind of interesting because as you will see, some publishers are very, I would say, very lenient in terms of AI usage. So when it comes to that, if we can cite, we can paraphrase, then there's the big issues of plagiarism has been avoided. However, whether the utilization of AI itself can be ethical or not, then we will discuss in the later slides. Okay, so when it comes to plagiarism, one famous software that all universities in Malaysia, I think, are using is Turnitin. So as most of you and the majority of you are lecturers, I think you have the account, free account to use in Turnitin, and this is what is Turnitin will recently pop up whenever we're using Turnitin. Most of the universities in Malaysia are also subscribing to a new feature, which is AI detection. So this will pop out. I'm not sure you've read it or not, but it pops out and you have to accept it before you can do anything in Turnitin. And it's concerning the AI detection. So basically, I just show you back what it is written there. One of the things I want to highlight here is our AI writing assessment may not always be accurate. It's controversial. There's even papers talking about this, that Turnitin's AI detection is controversial. Some students are even suing the university, especially in the US. They are suing universities because they are being accused even though they write by themselves. So it should not be used as the sole basis for adverse actions against a student. So dear lecturers, my fellow lecturers, please be careful on this. I think the best approach is give benefit of doubt rather than accusing directly just because the AI detection says so. Okay, I'll give you proof. So this one, this is the main, I would say, the main thing that we like to see. First of all, initially before AI came out, we look at this, and this is the similarity index. May I know the similarity index for IUM? If you want to submit a thesis, master's thesis or PhD, is it, what is the percentage of it allowable for your university? Do you know?
I believe it should be lower than 23%.
23. Oh, okay, good. It varies in between universities. UAE, IIM probably 23%. My university officially 25%. I have heard universities 20%, less than 20%, or less than 30%. So it differs. Now, this is common, but this one is the new feature, AI detection. This is the new feature. So I had one student where he was a final year student of mine. I put his thesis in here. His similarity index is very low, very good, meaning only 3%. That's okay. But then the AI is 28%. So how should I evaluate his thesis? So in the case of anything above 20% that Turnitin detects as AI, what it gives us is this. It says here, caution, percentage may not indicate academic misconduct, review required. It says directly here, this does not indicate academic misconduct. You have to review yourself. Okay. What is interesting, I've been to a lot of public universities, UMT, UKM, UTM. And my favorite question to all is about this as well. What is your official AI detection percentage that is allowable? So far, the public universities I've gone through, they have no answer. The lecturers cannot answer. Students probably don't know, but lecturers also cannot answer. Not that they are not aware, but the university itself, even my university, don't have an official number. However, Turnitin has. Turnitin puts the threshold to 20%. So what happens if I give a document that is less than 20%? What will happen is this. It will change to an asterisk and saying here, AI detection scores below 20% threshold are not surfaced in the report because they have a higher likelihood of false positive. Higher likelihood of false positive. Meaning to say, yes, Trinity is saying, okay, yes, we detect this is low, 20 or less than 20%, but we're not going to show you the number. It may probably 1%, probably 15%, right? Because there's a higher likelihood of false positive. Looks positive, but it's false. Probably they use something, another AI app or something in order to make it low. Now, this is my question to Tinitin. What do you want, Tinitin? What do you want? Okay, anything below 20%, you are saying, oh, okay, we are not sure. It looks good, we're not sure. You have to check yourself. Anything above 20%, you say, yes, it looks high, but we are not saying this is academic misconduct. You have to review. In the end, we have to review ourselves. Right. So I think this causes more controversy between students and lecturers rather than solving anything. Right? I've had my own paper having up to 36%. I've submitted to journals and they accept. So the threshold for Turnitin, which is 20%, is I think very low. And I have proof. I mean, even there's papers regarding this. You have to understand, AI learns how to write properly using humans. The human written journals, and there's millions, hundreds of millions of journal articles written. They learn from that, and then they understand that this is how a normal structure of English structure is written. Then when you submit a scientific journal article, you have to understand this. You are using standard English, one, and it's supposed to be straightforward. We are writing a scientific article. Scientific articles are supposed to be straightforward, very objective, and doesn't, go round and round, beating around the bush, no, right? So that's why in scientific articles. In fact, there are templates and you can find in internet templates you can use for your articles, which are ethical, totally ethical. You can use it, no problem. So that's why we have common sentences like the objective of this study, the study looks into, all of these are very common. And because it's very common, it's captured by the AI detection. And when somebody uses it, even though by themselves, writing by themselves, there's a high possibility that AI detection will flag it as AI, even though it's written by ourselves. Again, because we are non-native English speakers, this has been proven by a paper from Stanford University, I think. They look into the bias of AI detectors towards non-native speakers. Non-native speakers have a much higher percentage of detection compared to English native speakers, even though both did 100% by themselves. The reason being that we use very standard English or very common English compared to non-native English speakers. So that's why I mentioned this, especially most of your lecturers here. Please be careful when using Turnitin. Don't take it as face value. What I usually do is I take a look at two things. Allow me to just mention this very quickly. With regards to article writing, methodology and results should be almost free of AI detection. Introduction, if your article or your student's article are heavily flagged with AI, don't worry about that because those are very common sentences that you might find in anywhere. However, for methodology, it's uniquely yours or uniquely your students because the parameters are different, the duration, all the variables are different. And of course, the experimental setup, all of this is different. Your results is also unique, uniquely yours. The graphs are different, the standard deviations are different, the tables are different. So AI will not flag, usually they will not flag that as AI detection, AI generated content. But regardless if you use AI or not, for your introduction, for your title, for your abstract, it will most probably be flagged because those are common words. Just an example. For example, I want to write something in the field of zakat, for example. Okay, wakaf, for example, wakaf. The most common introduction that I will do if it's a general journal will be the definition of wakaf, right? Wakaf is blah, blah, blah. And probably the types of wakaf, the history behind wakaf in Malaysia, for example, and the advantages, applications of wakaf in Malaysia. These are common in anywhere, even in websites, in books of wakaf and all that. In fact, definition is definition. You cannot change it, right? Even though you paraphrase it, in the end, thousands of people already mentioned that kind of definition as well. So because of that, probably there's a higher likelihood that it'll be detected as AI. So that's why, to a certain degree, I don't really mind if my introduction is full of AI detection, but I would be concerned about my methodology and results. So coming back to me as a supervisor, I will look into my students' methodology and results. If it's clean, when I put in Turnitin, even though it's high detection of AI, of course, this one still maintain 25% below. But if there is if the methodology and results are clean, but the introduction is flagged with AI detection, I don't mind as long as the methodology and results are okay. Another way, of course, is to just directly ask them, right? What you mentioned here about utilization of blah, blah, blah. So can you explain? If he wrote it by himself or he did a lot of study on that, he can surely answer that. But if not, then probably he just used ChatGPT or any other AI apps. Okay. Okay. Dr. Nurun Fariha asked about a false positive. Okay. Just simply looks positive, but it's false. So because it's less than 20%, looks positive lah. Okay, very less AI detection, but actually it's fake or false lah. So that's the meaning of false positive. So AI Turnitin is saying, we detect very less AI detection here, but we don't know. Probably it's fake. Maybe they somehow have a bypass AI app that can make it less and all that. So again, it's controversial because Turnitin is not giving any definitive answers to this line. So again, you have this to accept. The moment you accept, then the liability is not theirs, it's yours. Just remember that. Any results or any assessment that you do is solely your responsibility. Turnitin is avoiding themselves from any liability. Whenever, let's say, you say, oh, your Turnitin error detection is very high, I'm going to give you B, B grade rather than A because it's very high. Then if you have solid proof, it's okay. If not, then you are responsible. So please be very careful because it should not be used as sole basis for adverse actions against a student. Once you accept, then you already the ball is in your hand basically, and not theirs. So please be careful. Okay. So here is the research dilemma, I would say. Any field that you're in, this is the dilemma that we have. What AI detection? I'll just very quickly go to the AI detectors. How the algorithm works. Number one, this is true across the board. It's about low perplexity or not. What does this mean? Can the AI detect the next word in line in the sentence? If they can detect very accurately, then they will say, this is AI written. If they cannot, then they say this is human written. Simple as that. It's not about copy pasting. It's not about very complicated things. So I'll give you an example. This is a favorite example of mine. Basically, let's say I want to make this very simple sentence. For example, I go to school. I go to school. In terms of sentence structure, perfect English, I'm using, I wrote it myself. However, if you give to AI, it will start to try to predict the next word. After I is subject. In English grammar, I is subject, go. And the next word is, after subject, usually there's a verb afterwards. Then it's go. In the sentence, it's go. So the AI predicted correctly. After go, usually it's a preposition. I think Dr. Zaki more expert on this. But basically, after that, it's a preposition. So to, under, on top, all that. And it predicted correctly again. To. After preposition, usually is a location. School, bathroom, bed, whatever. Right? So predicted again, this is school at the back. So the grammar itself, in terms of the structure, is correct. AI predicted all the word coming afterwards is correct as well. AI will say this is AI written, even though you write it by yourself. However, let's say you are a native English speaker. Oh, okay, I want to make the sentence more appealing or more rosy. So I use to school I go. More Shakespearean. To school I go. That sentence structure is understandable to us as humans, but it's very weird for an AI to understand. Why suddenly preposition, right? So all of this is weird to them. They will say this is human written. Okay, now is the question: should I be using rosy English in my literature, in my journal articles? Okay, I reserve anything with regards to English literature. Probably that is your forte, so maybe you can decide. But in terms of like others, like for me, for engineering, for science, using rosy English is a no-no. Again, we are writing scientific articles. It's supposed to be straightforward. It's supposed to be objective. Not like if I were a reviewer, if in the abstract I cannot find where your objective is, then you are getting trouble. You're getting into trouble. Major revision required. If I can, you don't mention the objective of the study, for example, and it's very difficult for me to understand what is your objective of this paper. So standard English and formal English is very well received in journal article writing. So this is the face of the reviewers lah, basically. If you use formal standard English, easy to understand, then we are happy. This is the adjective. This is the research gap that you are trying to emphasize. However, in terms of AI detection, probably it's going to be detected because it's using simple English. Again, low perplexity means easily predicted. The AI is not having trouble predicting the next sentence, word in the sentence. So it says, oh, this is low perplexity, meaning probably this is AI. If high perplexity means the AI say, oh, this is difficult word, this difficult sentence, then it will say this high perplexity, then it's human written. Okay, so AI detection probably is relatively high compared to using bombastic weird English. But as a reviewer myself, because in the end you're giving to reviewer who are humans, so we like it that way. But if you use this kind of word, and most of humanized AI do this, they change the sentence just so that it looks weird. For example, simple thing, we call this, can't remember the term. For example, artificial intelligence. That is a common term everybody using. But because it's very, very common, when it comes to the humanized AI, suddenly they will say, oh, we cannot use this. This being used, overused too much. We have to change this. Artificial, okay, we say fake, for example. And then intelligence. Okay, intelligence, another synonym for it is genius. Okay, now rather than using AI or artificial intelligence, let's use fake genius. Suddenly, all the people have a fake genius version, and this is your reviewer's face. What is this guy talking about fake genius? I can't understand why is he blabbering about fake genius, even though it's actually just the AI trying to avoid AI detection and then using synonyms, which is not appropriate for this situation. It should be artificial intelligence as is, but then using fake genius or something like that. So it's not good. You will have a major revision here. So again, I reserve for me. You don't need to use humanized AI. Sometimes it's not as good. You subscribe, you have to pay for it, but in the end, again, you are writing scientific writing. There should be the case to write this kind of things. Okay. Okay. I think there's no comments there. Okay, this is something that I think very interests me. I took a few hours to study about this, because it's something new to me as well. I think you are the second one that I've done a workshop with that I mentioned about this. So I was trying to find a way to explain what are the different ways we are utilizing AI. So I come up with these 5 personas, I would say, 5 personas. So 5 of these, one is mostly human owned, basically human involvement is high. But at the end here, you can see the right side is more of the AI involvement. Okay, the first one is you are using very minimally the usage of AI. Basically, you are treating it as a proofreader, basically. So I have my idea, my substance, I draft my paper. My English is not good, so that's why I'm using AI to polish it. Just like you sending off to a proofreader. Of course, I think everybody will agree this is ethical. Even before AI, we are paying proofreaders to do this job as well. So now we have AI. Maybe you are doing the same thing. Okay, that's one thing. Another persona which involves more AI usage is you want to have a good idea. From some AI apps that you have some ideation on how to write the paper. It's giving you all the tips. Okay, in this introduction, probably for your field or for your research study, and then probably you need to emphasize on this, right? So you have some. The idea is yours, the data is yours. However, the structure of the paper, you ask ChatGPT or other apps to help. Okay, and also you polish. So I call this the elaborator persona. So you're using more AI, but still the draft, the AI, the data itself, the idea, originally coming from you. Now the third persona, using more AI. Basically, the original idea, probably you've discussed with your collaborator, your researcher, or your supervisor. You have your data. Again, you did by yourself. You do surveys, experiments, and all that. However, the drafting now involves more of AI. For example, you have you read a sentence from a paper. I say, oh, this is interesting. You put in the in a Word or somewhere, and then just copy paste, directly copy paste, and then another paper. Oh, this sentence I want to put also in my paper. You put like a jigsaw lah, basically, jigsaw all the word from word, word for word, all the sentences from articles. Then you ask AI to paraphrase it for you. You already have the citation. You already have the you already have the original source. Now you want AI to paraphrase it for you. I don't want to have a headache to paraphrase it. So the drafting now, right? This kind of drafting now have more involvement of AI rather than you write yourself, right? Is this ethical or not? Let's find out. Okay, then we have another one. This is more usage of AI, whereby even the drafting mainly is being done by AI. Again, the idea, the data is coming from you. Your data is not fabricated. It's yes, originally from you. You can you have evidence of doing the data collecting and things like that. However, there are some AIs now that can help you write the sentence. For each section, for example, introduction, for methodology, it can write for you. You just have to verify. So you verify, okay, this sentence I want, or okay, change the sentence and all that, and then you put in all the data that you have lah. So more involvement AI, drafting mainly doing by AI, and then polishing also. Okay. Then lastly, we have another persona. This is the most laziest one. Basically, you subscribe to an AI. Okay, there's AI. I'm not gonna give you some ideas of the AI apps now, but there are I know of AIs that can actually, if you subscribe, you can write a prompt, a few prompts. It will write from head to toe, from the title to the reference for you. And whether it's good or not, that's another different story. But I'm talking about the data, the idea, draft, polish, everything is AI. You just give a single prompt. Okay, write about this. Okay, I'm doing a study about this, blah, 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 right? Just because you subscribe, and then it will give you one paper, or maybe even a thesis. I've heard like there's one available. You can even get like a 40-page thesis done for you in around 5 minutes, something like that. Okay, now I give you the question here lah. Okay, if you are writing a journal article, not talking about thesis. Thesis, of course, guideline is from the university. But if you are writing a journal article, which persona is the one we have to stop at? Which of this is okay? This is the borderline between ethical and unethical. Can you suggest? Take a guess. Don't worry. Just so you know, I've been wrong. I've been wrong before this. Well, I wouldn't say wrong, but like half wrong, half true. So between these four personas, can you suggest? What's the comment section? Okay. 1 to 3, 2 to 3. Okay, two is where you stop. Dr. Zahira asking, should a student using data from his thesis for publication cite the thesis? Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. You have to cite the thesis. But it depends. Sometimes thesis have a year of embargo. Basically, it's not been published yet. It's officially been recognized by the university already to graduate. But there's an embargo. It holds the thesis, so you don't have to cite because it's not published yet. Yeah, paraphrasing common probably because of common as I mentioned before, is an issue. Stop at 3, Stop, or Dr. Abdul Shakur say up to 4. Interesting. Okay, this is what I found out just recently, very recently. And if you want proof, I can show you proof of the slide afterwards. There's proof on it. It depends on the publisher. So as you know, publishers have probably thousands. For example, Elsevier have 3,000 plus journals under its name. So the main guideline would be from Elsevier, the publisher. But of course, there's so probably like for each journal that have a more stricter guideline for each one. But the heavy guideline will be from the publisher. What I found out was it varies according to publishers. And here is the result that I found out, which even surprised me. For my case, initially, I also thought, just to be conservative, I'm a bit conservative. I'm talking about ethics, and then suddenly, if I be so lenient, then it's not good, right? So I stop at elaborator. Okay, this one gray area, I would say, gray area. Some probably acceptable, some not. Turns out, these are some of the big publishers that this is where it stops. Up to level 4, the fourth persona also possible for some publishers. So Elsevier, Emerald, Springer Nature, if you are familiar with this, if you've submitted that, at elaborator stage, meaning you draft yourself. Okay, ideally you can get from AI, no problem, but you have to you can polish using AI, no problem. Some in Elsevier journals have been a little bit lenient, but for now, for general purposes, this is the level. But some even up to micromanager is possible. For example, Wiley, MDPI, IEEE, right? If you've heard, this is engineering, electrical engineering. MDPI, quite famous, open access publishers, ACM. So this was a surprise for me too. Meaning I thought it's not possible. But actually, as long as you disclose and you verify yourself. Yeah, you disclose and you verify, then even you can use AI to create the sentences of the content, and it can be if you disclose it, then it can be considered ethical as well for that particular journal, for that particular publisher. So if you plan to go to Wiley, for example, these two are open access, so you have to pay to go to it. But it seems that they are more lenient. They say, okay, you can draft your article as long as the data is yours. In fact, I'll just show you one. I'll show you one as proof in terms of, let's see, MDPI. Okay. You go to the guideline for MDPI. Okay, these are like the common guidelines, everything, and then there's artificial intelligence. So here's the artificial intelligence. You can see here, it is clear cut. Clear cut. For MDPI, this is the statement. When generative AI has been used for purposes such as generating text, generating meaning from scratch, you're not if you draft yourself, you put the sentence and then you paraphrase. That's called copy editing. Copy editing. That's a different story. But generating text, it means that AI is generating the text for you. It says here, for purposes such as generating text, data, graphics, and study design or for data collection, analysis, or interpretation of data, the authors are required to declare this during the submission process. And that's interesting, right? Just declare. You must verify and you declare. And where you have to declare? In materials and methods section, methodology basically. And provide the generative tools product details in acknowledgement. So methodology and also in acknowledgement. What you have to write this during the preparation of this manuscript, blah blah blah. Right? This one is in the acknowledgement section. So I don't know if this is news to you. It's news to me. I just recently found out this. I thought this is already unethical, but seems that generating data, even the data that you have, you want to make into a graph and things like that. If you declare in your article that you use it for that, then MDPI can accept. How about that? Look at this. The use of generative AI tools for the purpose of text editing, meaning just grammar, literature. So basically the elaborator persona, elaborator persona or the polisher persona, spelling, punctuation is not covered by this policy and does not need to be declared. Meaning MDPI seems to be very lenient on this. Okay, if you're using for just polishing, no need to declare. We accept as is. No need to declare. So is that a surprise for you? It's a surprise for me as well. Declare in the article, yes. This is where you have to declare materials and method. and also in acknowledgement section. Now, what do you have to write? This one. During the preparation of this manuscript, the authors use ChatGPT, for example, for the purpose of blah, blah, blah. So just declare is the safest way to go lah. Some people say, I don't declare. Just you say I don't declare. If there is any questions afterwards, then there's a possibility of retraction because you're not honest, right? So the editor may ask you, okay, did you use? If you declare before publishing, it's okay. But if it's already been published, suddenly people saying this looks AI, but he didn't declare, then there's a possibility it's going to be retracted. So we should avoid that. How Dr. Fahmi asks, how about data protection of our research data under AI protocol? Okay, so you mean if you put data in AI lah, kan? Okay. This is open knowledge lah. Basically, if you're using a free account, most probably they're using it for the data training lah. Any things that you put in there, they will train the data. Doesn't mean that it's going to leak out to others. Probably, in general, it will have data training done on that the data that you have. But once you, even though you are using it in that platform, doesn't mean it's a published material. It's not a published article yet. You're putting a draft in ChatGPT, for example, your draft doesn't mean it's a published material, and Turnitin does not detect that. Okay, maybe we are concerned about Turnitin, right? So Turnitin will not detect as of what I understand. I'll be able to show you some afterwards, but for example, Jenny.ai, we can use it like a Word, and as long as you don't publish it, then Turnitin will not detect as well. Okay, so I'll show you. Probably will go to ChatGPT after this, so that you can I can show you how we can actually make it more robust in terms of the data protection. But yeah, this is something interesting. Maybe you can be aware of. Let's say you want to go up to this stage. Some publishers or journals accept, and as long as you declare and have a human verification. Okay.
Doctor,
Yes.
there are a few more questions from mana tadi atas. Dr. Habibah, Doctor, does AI going to use our? I think this is the one you have answered.
No.
Okay.
From my understanding, I'm not representing any AI apps, but from my understanding, they're using it for data training, meaning the sea of data that they have, they want to improve it. They'll also dump your data, but it's going to be like averaging all the data they have lah. Not to say they're going to leak your particular data to someone else to publish anywhere else lah. They are also trying to make profit lah out of that. It's a business entity. So if there is a major data leakage or things like that, they are going to be in very big trouble lah. So probably they'll avoid that lah. You cannot claim funding if you publish in journals published. Yes, that's good. That's a good point. I'm just showing you the spectrum. So if you, let's say you want to go with Elsevier, for example, then don't go for MDPI or Hindawi or whatnot, right? Yes, MDPI, Hindawi, and Frontier cannot claim using KPT money lah. Unless you are very rich, you don't need KPT money, you can use your own. It's up to you lah. But it's going to be very expensive. But that's the give and take lah, basically kan.
There's another question by Dr. Rusdi. How about if our original paper is written in English and we use AI to translate?
I have, for example, Jenny.ai. I can show you briefly about that. It can translate into, but that one, that's actually a good question lah. Which part of the the spectrum does it sit into? Probably assembler. I'm not sure. But then again, I can answer that. Yeah, that's a good question. Sorry, Dr. Rusdi. Probably we can also find out about that after this. But there's some really good apps that can actually translate and make the from Malay to English, or from English to Arabic and things like that. So maybe you can consider that as well. We're running out of time actually. That's why I think 2 hours is actually very short. Just very quickly, just to show you some apps that can actually, as I mentioned, the fifth persona, you call it delegator, all publishers across the board will not accept. And I think you are also, you can agree on this line, using AI for everything. You just prompt and then AI make everything. Just out of curiosity, I did one, which is this. I tried using one of the apps that it can help you make an article from top to bottom, from the title to the article. So this was one that I did. I didn't publish this. Just so for your information, just to see how it turns out. So overall looks okay. No very deep data lah, of course. It's just very general. It's like a conceptual paper. But when I put in Turnitin, guess what? The Turnitin detection is 100% AI. 100% AI. So why take the trouble of paraphrasing everything, even though you're going to take a lot of time as well, from 100% to probably up to 30% or less to get to publish it. So it's just better off you write yourself and then ask ChatGPT or others to polish it for you. So I'm not going to go in detail, but basically these are the evidence. I can share with you the slide after this. These are some of the websites that you can go through to see what are the where does the persona stops for each publisher. And so some of these publishers, as I mentioned here, MDPI, Taylor and Francis, they stop at the micromanager, and these are some of the proof. Lastly, about ethics, just a good reminder for us, if we use a lot, there's one paper published last year by MIT, does show to us that memory retention have declined because of usage of AI. So it's a reminder for me as well. If I heavily use AI, in the end, the memory retention, my synapse, but my brain cells are not connecting together. So there's a big concern lah, kan? Especially for the younger generations. Probably, if you're not actively utilizing your brain, then memory retention is going to be low and things like that. So let's be careful. Okay, so given the around 40 minutes that I have, let's go directly to the AI apps. I want to probably 2 or 3 I can show you today. So basically, for any research cycle, I would say there are 4 quadrants. These are the 4 research cycles that any research that you're doing in will go through. First, the ideation and planning stage. This is the first quadrant. Second will be the execution stage. Third will be the data analysis. And lastly, it's writing and viva. So it's going to go in a circle, basically. And after you've written or published an article, then probably if you want to apply for another grant, then this is the cycle again. You have the ideation and planning stage, you apply for the grant. Once you have the grant, then you do the execution, data analysis, and I'll go back. So interestingly, for all these 4 quadrants, you have AI apps specifically for that. There's a specific app for that. And it's good that you know that some apps have a stronger function in a particular quadrant compared to the others. For example, if you are using ChatGPT, for example, it can be used for all 4 of these quadrants, but treat ChatGPT as something which is like a supermarket. You have everything. You have everything. You can gain everything. However, I want to also introduce some that are very specific to these particular quadrants. So what we are doing is actually, rather than buying a bicycle in a supermarket, which probably there is, but we want to find, if you want to really specifically find a bicycle, it's better to go to a bike shop. The bike shop will give you much more options. The shopkeeper knows much more knowledge on that particular subject, right? They can suggest you this and that. So what I am suggesting is rather one we'll look into the general one like ChatGPT, and another one more detailed. For example, like Notebook LM. And why I emphasize on that is that some features are not available in ChatGPT, which you can actually get from other apps. So I asked in the survey how many AI apps are available in the market. If you recall back, so most of you are saying maybe below 10, maybe below 50. And these are some of the AI apps I found in 2023. 2023, not 2026. Already 60. This is one I've found, not ones I've they're already available in the market. And these are mainly research-based AI apps. My intention is not to go through each one. Some I think I've already tested, and I've preferred some others. Just I want to mention here, probably there's hundreds or maybe thousands of AI apps available for you to do your research and writing. But let's try to avoid what we call as shiny object syndrome. So you will see very rapidly, for example, Gemini upgrading to another version, and then next week ChatGPT or another update. Then what we tend to do is we hop to one app to another, which is not actually a good practice, because just waiting for a few months, the app that you're using probably will be updating itself afterwards anyway, right? So it's better you just stick to one that is you're already familiar with. Let's avoid shiny object syndrome, meaning there's another new thing, and then you hop to that. There's another new app, and then you hop to that, and it's going to be time consuming. That was what I did before, but at one point I said, this is too much. So many updates, so many AIs to go through. But I'll show you some that I really recommend. I won't go into detail because of the time constraint, but hopefully you get some ideas and you can explore by yourself. So this is what I mentioned. So rather than just go in a big supermarket, to find one specific thing, maybe it's better to just go to one which has a lot of more features compared to going to something general. Okay, so before we go to Notebook LM, I'll show you quickly the ChatGPT one. So now we're going a little bit practical. Hopefully, within this few half an hour, we can go a little bit practical on this. There's questions. Really can't find. Borium. Borium, kind of recent. It was not available in 2023. But if you're already using Borium, I also highly recommend. Borium is one awesome one, and it's free. That's the good thing about Borium. Okay, I'm trying to log into my ChatGPT. Very quickly, I'll show you the somewhere. If you are concerned about data protection and all that, there's somewhere we can do. I'm using the free version one. ChatGPT have upgraded, particularly for the infographics. Right? You want to create image now, ChatGPT is very, very good. But in terms of research, so I don't recommend you to immediately go here and ask for anything research related. You have to do something before you can get a much, much better answer from ChatGPT. Before that, hopefully you already opened yours. You can go to your name. Okay, this is my name, Luqman Shah here. And then go to settings. Okay, your name, and then go to settings. Okay. Your name, and then go to settings. And then you go to data controls. Okay. When you go to data controls, okay, of all things, go to this data controls. Go to this one. Improve the model for everyone. Okay, improve the model for everyone. This looks very nice. The sentence here looks very nice. Turn this off. Turn this off. Okay. What we are doing is actually we are not giving ChatGPT the ability to use our data. So you see here what it says here: allow your content to be used to train our models, which makes ChatGPT better for you and everyone who uses it. So it's saying very nice words here lah. Okay, makes ChatGPT better for you and everyone. So you feel, oh, okay, I want to contribute as well. If you have sensitive data, not to say it's like data proof, leak proof lah kan, but at least if you are concerned about the data being trained by the models and you don't want that, you can just turn this off. Okay. So ChatGPT is being sneaky because they say improve the model for everyone, makes you become like a philanthropist. Okay, I want to help everyone, so why not I turn this on, right? I just say no. Don't feel bad about saying no because it's your data in the end. They just word it so that you feel guilty not turning this off. Just turn this off. Improve the model for everyone, turn this off. That's one way. Another way to be extra cautious, you can click on this. We have at the top right, you have turn on temporary chat. Click this one. Okay. What happens is here, if I click here, there's a right, and suddenly this becomes black. And it says here, this chat won't appear in your chat history and won't be used to train our models. So it won't save it. It won't save the things that you want to put. Okay. Now, what you can do here, you're already in temporary chat, so you can ask anything or everything that you want to hear, and it will not be the data will not be used to train the model of ChatGPT, and it will not be saved in this. These are the recent things that I already done before. It will not be available here. So this is for example, super private thing that you want to ask ChatGPT, then you can do here. And your health, for example, and you don't want to be saved here, then you can just ask here. The downside is it won't be saved. So anything that you have here, you have to save by yourself. Copy text, all the text somewhere else in Word or something. Then you get you can refer to it back. If not, it will not be here. So personally, I've not used this. I've used it before, but sometimes I get very good answers from ChatGPT. Suddenly now I forgot this is temporary chat. I forgot to save it somewhere else. Then it won't be here. It's gone forever. It will be gone forever. You won't find it anywhere. So use it cautiously. If you think just this is one shot, I want to get some information, private information, then you can use this. If not, I think already disabling this part, which is the data control, improve the model for everyone. If you turn this off, then that's already good enough. Now you have more extra protection of your data. Is this going to be available for somebody else? Unless your computer is hacked, probably is. But with regards to just using ChatGPT, this is your own account, just like your Facebook account. People cannot just easily go and read your the messages in there if you don't open the account itself. Okay, so that's one thing that if you are concerned about data protection. Another thing, when it comes to research, very quickly I'll show you how we can actually make the ChatGPT a much better researcher for us, research assistant for us. Okay, you ready? Let's go to the top. You go to the top right. You see this is the sidebar. Yes, you go to this apps. Probably some of you are already using, but I'll just show you in case you're not familiar. Go to this four dotted thing here, right? These apps. Click to it. Okay, it'll give you something like this. It says apps and all the others. Okay. What is apps? Basically, these are already apps that already focuses on a particular function. Okay. If you use the general one, then you have to prompt a lot of things. You are an experienced researcher. I want to find journal papers and things like that. You have to explain a lot, and you have to prompt a lot in order to get something that is very fine-tuned to what you want. Apps have thousands of functions that is already fine-tuned for you. So now we want to find some apps that is focused on research and writing, especially literature review. Okay, go to here. You find in the apps. You go to the research apps and write consensus. Write this word. Probably some of you are already familiar with this, but I'll just consensus. Okay. You'll find this app, nothing else. There are lots of other apps, but this one is just consensus alone with this logo. So for you who's not familiar with this, consensus is an app that is powerful in terms of research and writing, especially doing literature review. Consensus is very powerful. It is a separate app, but ChatGPT collaborated with them and said, okay, why not you put like a mini consensus in our ChatGPT? And consensus said, yeah, why not? And then if you already find this, click to it, you will see the details of that app. They call this, before they call it GPTs. Now they change the word to apps. Okay, so you go down here, you can see, for example, consensus. In consensus alone, you have 220 million peer-reviewed papers. Already in consensus, I think exhaustive enough. No need for more. 220 million journal papers under its belt, meaning very, very impressive. So it's the team here explore scientific research. So you want to do exploration of literature review, things like that. This is the app for you. Okay, there's a separate app. You can use it for free as well. This one is already embedded in ChatGPT. This is another quick way to go for consensus. So here I think yours would be get connected or something like that. And the black button here. Mine already connected, so just say, okay, you want to start, just click here. Okay, so you can do that as well. Just click here. And then it will turn into the normal chatting. Am I going too fast? Can you everyone follow? Just concern. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. Okay. Okay, good. So it's already gone to that. Now, looks normal. The thing looks normal. The interface looks normal, but with an add-on of this. You see here, consensus. Okay. What this does is that now it means that ChatGPT already have this consensus brain. You don't need to mention promptings like you are an expert in the field of welding, for example. You don't need to mention that. You can just go directly to whatever research question that you have. For example, give me 10 papers, recent papers regarding my field. I'm sorry, I have to use my field. I don't know any other field, which is the welding, for example. And then maybe I want to add more of the year. So probably 2020, 2026. Okay. So simple prompts like this works. And I can give it to you. You can do your own here. Right? Okay. This is an example. You can do your own field regarding whatever, nursery or whatever, right? And then click on. So before this, you have to give much more detail. And I would like to do a literature review survey. You are an expert in whatever field, right? All of that. It's a headache to do the prompts. Now, because already have consensus, make sure this is on. Meaning this is shown in your search tab. If not, then it's using the general ChatGPT. You are still in a supermarket, I would say. Now you're in a bike shop. The bike shop is consensus. So more detail, you can ask a lot of things with regards to this. So it's giving me top 10 results. Okay, now we have even giving me in a literature review matrix already. The paper, the authors, the year, journal, and I can actually improve this literature review matrix. Just saying, add more column for parameters, findings, or research gap. I can just mention it here and I can get that. So you see my my recent papers, the 10 papers that I've got is from 2021, 2020, the latest is 24. Probably there are more, but still already good enough. Meaning recent papers from 2020 to 2024. From here, because of the constraint in time, I would just suggest you can actually go for each paper and take a random one. For example, this one, take a random one, put in Google Scholar and try to find if it is available or not. From my own experience, everything is available, especially because Consensus pride themselves as being a research oriented app. So if they're giving you fake ones, then the name of the Consensus is going to be tarnished, right? So they pride themselves with that. They have to make sure everything is not fake. Everything is real and available to be read. So this one example of how you can use Consensus app in ChatGPT in order to upgrade anything from the whatever ChatGPT is giving you before. Now this is with a Consensus brain, a researcher brain. You can actually, other than just asking for papers, you can actually discuss more detail. What are the research gap? What are the main issues? What are the challenges in this field? And then you can elaborate more. In fact, I've used Consensus before to help me with revision. So I've submitted a paper, there was a major correction, 20 plus revisions I have to do. Some I already know what I want to explain, but I don't know how to explain it in English, right? So, I mean, academic English lah. So what I do was I use Consensus. I put my manuscript here, right? Add my file, add the reviewer files as well. I put in another separate Word file, and then I say, okay, about the third comment. Okay, the third comment talk about this, blah blah blah. How can I explain to it? And these are some of the things I want to emphasize, for example. So I've done that before. It works amazing. It works amazing. I'm very surprised as how deep it can actually go. It's not very general lah. If you use ChatGPT, probably it's just giving you general answers. But I've done it in answering reviewers, whereby it's giving suggestions very deep into the technical aspect as well. So I'm very impressed lah by what Consensus can do for you. So you can try that. We won't go into detail for that one because of the time constraint. But this is a very powerful companion for you lah, if you want. The only caveat, of course, because this is free version. So at one point, okay, it will exhaust and say, okay, you have to wait for tomorrow in order to continue with your conversation. If you would like to upgrade, I think right now they have like monthly the plus version of 30 ringgit or something like that. Or you want to go more, then there's 100 ringgit per month. There's also something available. Okay. Majority of apps available at the moment, they have the free version, but also the premium version. There's no app that is 100% free and the features are amazing. Usually they consume a lot of energy, they need a lot of money. So again, and I'm not advocating for you to go for ChatGPT. If you're already aware that you have a cloud AI or you're using Gemini, Gemini can, I'm not sure as to the extent of the research part. I haven't explored Gemini, to be honest with you, in terms of the research part. But Gemini, I think even IIUM, UMP, we have like subscribe, and we have the plus version or pro version. You can try that as well. You can try and see if we can get such detailed explanation as well. But for this one, I've been using Consensus in ChatGPT for quite some time. I've been impressed with the answers as well. So you can use it for your one of the options that you have for your disposal. Any question on this on ChatGPT? If not, let's go to another one. This one also very quickly because I think you are already aware there's something called Notebook LM. So I'm gonna change my account to my UMPSA account and go to Notebook. You can actually go very fast, even though you don't know the name of the website. You can go directly to this one, Google Apps, and then go scroll downwards, and you will see here Notebook LM. Immediately you can go to that. Okay. So as you can see, I've done a lot of notebook. You can do the same. I'm in the pro version. I think you at least you have the plus version. I think if you're using your university account, I think KPT already subscribed to Notebook LM as well, or Gemini. So we have this plus or pro. You can see whether you're plus or pro. But very quickly, what is the difference between using ChatGPT, Cloud, or Gemini compared to Notebook LM? There's one main difference. Notebook LM is heavily based on whatever source that you give it. Compared to other large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, they are using anything from under the sun, basically. All the documents in the internet, they will consider, and then they will filter for you. For Notebook LM, you have to filter, initially have to filter yourself. Okay, put in any information that you want, and from there you can actually gain a lot of things from there. So I remember which one I did before, which is, I think this probably this one. Okay, let's say I want to create a new notebook. Let's go back. Okay, very easy. Go to hit this one. Okay, go to that one, and they will ask you to upload a file. You can upload PDFs, docs, possible. Word you cannot. Images, okay. Websites, Drive, or any copy text, you can put it here. Number one rule in using Notebook LM is that you have to understand one notebook per topic. One notebook per topic. So anything that you put, you can add source again anything you want to put. For Pro, I think a lot more for free versions, you can add up to 50 per notebook. Consider notebook as whatever we do during our school days or university days. One subject per notebook. You don't want to mix history with math. So anything regarding history, one notebook. Anything with regarding math, one notebook. So the number one rule in using Notebook LM is to put only one subject in one notebook. Okay. Don't worry about being exhaustive, because as you can see here, there are lots of other notebooks I've done before, and I've not exhausted anything yet. So even the free versions, they allow you to add a lot of other notebooks. So that is number one rule in using Notebook. My suggestion, if you want to write a paper and you want to use Notebook LM, put the related articles in here, one paper, one notebook. One paper, one notebook. So that the AI will not be confused now. Okay, now you have a paper, PDF of, for example, fishing, fishing, and then another paper on soccer. I don't know which. Right? So it's better to segmentize it according to each paper that you want to publish. Okay, what is interesting in Notebook LM? Whenever you have, let's say, already 5 papers or 10 papers, and you can dump everything in one particular notebook, you get something like this. You have all the PDFs at the left side, and here you have the chatting side. You can actually chat a lot with Notebook LM, whatever you want to ask. You can ask for clarification, you can ask for literature review metrics and all that. And what is interesting is, this is not the one, sorry, I need to find the one that I've done, which gives a good example. Okay. Yes, this one. Okay. So this is a notebook. I've put in 5 of my papers inside, and I just wanted to ask about the paper. So I've asked a lot. This, you can treat this just like ChatGPT, but again, what is different from ChatGPT is that it will focus only on the sources that you've given. And this is a big advantage. Why? Because, for example, I'm asking very simple prompts. I don't know long prompts. For example, summarize the papers. So I've asked that, and I get all the key findings from all these papers. As long as you have all the related papers, again, then it's a strong point for you to use it. But what is interesting is, for each summary or any information given here, it's giving me all these references. Just so you know, these references does not mean it's related to a paper, but related to a source in the paper. That's why we are having, for example, up to 16 sources. I only have 5. It should be for like a normal journal article. I have 5 lah, and from 1 to 5, numbered 1 to 5. This I have up to 16, maybe more. Why? Because for this statement alone, I can find it in this statement, in this source. So it's giving me the title of the paper, okay, from the which PDF that he's taking this, and it's giving me the snippet, the actual part from that paper where it's claiming this sentence. You can see here the joint efficiency remains consistent at approximately 62 to 63. Where I can find it from here. Yeah. Okay. So you can actually verify very quickly where it gets the information and whether it's true. Probably I cannot say 100% sure you get exactly right. So you have to verify. Again, human verification is very important. So this is where it comes to play. You can see it says here 62 to 63. And when you look at the data here, yes, exactly. It's saying 62 to 63. This is from the original paper, not made up from somewhere you don't know. So the good thing is, now that you know it's coming from this paper, you can source it easily. Okay. So once you get all this information, for example, this, I think I want to emphasize this in my paper. Again, if your publisher allows you up to the elaborator stage, then you can actually paraphrase it lah. And this one have to paraphrase it on your own. You cannot just utilize everything that's written here. But if you are sending to a publisher where actually even up to micromanager stage, micromanager persona, probably you can just take it as is after you've verified and also you've disclosed in your article. Okay, so I think this is one thing that is very powerful with regards to Notebook LM. Not available in ChatGPT, because this one you can just focus on particularly all the papers that you have already put in, not something that is from outside. Probably you don't know where it is, or you have to take some time to find where the original source is. Okay, so I've done this even for my researching on my papers, or even for my lecture notes. So I've put my lecture notes here. Sometimes I find I understand some parts, but I find it difficult to explain to students. Then I ask Notebook LM, okay, how can I explain this? Give me some analogies I can use, or how can I explain it in layman terms? Is very, very useful. This Notebook LM is very, very useful. So you can take a look at that one as well. So Dr. Rohaida asked, which is better, one notebook per course or one notebook per topic of a course? For a course, because it's related, we say one course is okay. Put everything in here. But if you want to just explain, or you want the Notebook LM to explain just one of the topic, then you click on this one. You can see this is saying only one source. So you can say summarize this topic for me, then it will only focus on this paper. That's the beauty of Notebook LM. You can focus only on one particular paper compared to just, very general and you don't know where it comes from. So I've done this a lot, even for my topic. So sometimes I have graphs that's difficult to explain. Then I will ask, okay, how can I explain this so that student can understand clearly? So it gives me some very good ideas, some good analogies, some good ideas for me to improve how I teach the particular topic. Okay, so I think I'll go to the last one. In here, in the slides, actually I've given you also one, they call it viral prompts for Noble M. So for research, particularly research writing, these are some of the prompts that you can actually use. The one that I've shown you like this, analyze all inputs and generate 5 essential questions that blah, blah, blah. This is about engaging more with Noble M so that it will extract more information from the papers. The scientific researcher persona, the interesting research gap, and all this you can use. All these, the ones that are placed like that, we call these placeholders. So you can put any of your topic, your field, in order to gain more information on that particular topic. Okay, so finally, this one, usually I'll take around 2 hours just to explain. But I'll introduce you about this, which is called Jenny.ai. Jenny.ai, I hope I can just finish it within 5 minutes. Jenny.ai has been here, I think, almost 3 years already. Okay, this is probably one of the most interesting app that I've found with regards to writing. Because it's not like ChatGPT where you write somewhere else and then you use ChatGPT to answer your questions. You can write in Jenny, just like Word. And its strong feature is when you look back at the research cycle, as I shown you before, is the strong feature is in this writing and Viva. So what are the features that is available in here? What I like about Jenny is that it's Word, ChatGPT, Grammarly, Mendeley, SciSpace, all in one. So if you've heard about all these apps, all is available in Jenny. Even you can chat in Jenny, you can do grammar improvements, and also you don't. I used to be a heavy Mendeley user during my PhD. It helped me a lot. Okay, I'm grateful for this app when I was during my PhD. But now I don't need it anymore because I can just use Jenny and it's all in one. You can cite, you can save your folders, you can save your PDF in Jenny. You can get all the sources in just in one app. So I'm a bit biased to say this is something that one app that I can suggest to you. These are some of the features in Jenny. You can outline, do outline generation. You can have navigation pane, auto cite, AI edit, library. There's also reviews inside. Reviews, export. You can export it to Word. You can export to LaTeX after you finish. You can look at history. You can have AI chat, reference style, change, things like that. Very, very impressive. So let's say if I go to Jenny.ai, very, very quickly, I'll show you. You can see this has been used by 6 million academics. Unfortunately, because it's being used by 6 million academics, the free version used to be very generous. You use the free version, every day you can replenish your credit, so you can use again. But now, because already 6 million academics are using, that a little bit, in Malay we call select, a little bit selective. So the free features are already dwindled down to like maybe 5 trials and things like that, and then afterwards you have to pay. But you can try and take a look at Jenny. I cannot go in detail as to what are the features inside, but it's rather intuitive. You can take a look first. Probably if you have some risk that we can see face to face, I can go in more detail about how the Jenny works. But just to show you also, here is showing that even big universities, researchers in international universities, Cambridge, University of Waterloo, Oxford, Stanford, all of these universities are already using. And I've asked them directly about this. Do you mean it's already an official app for the university? They said, no, this is not what it means. It means that they have ample evidence that some of these universities have labs that actually have a group subscription. So labs in all these universities have already trusted Jenny.ai, in order to write the research writing or thesis and whatnot. So I highly recommend you to take a look at Jenny.ai. If some of you are already using and you want to subscribe, or you are subscribing monthly, I think it's a little bit expensive, but I can also give you some the promotion code that I have in order for you to get much lower cost. It's you can get it down to around 14 ringgit per month. 14 ringgit per month. So initially it's supposed to be 1 month 60 ringgit, but I can get you 14. So if any of you are already using and interested to have that code, I can give you to the moderator lah, how to get the promotion code. Okay, I think there is still questions here. Let's see. So allow me maybe 5 minutes to take a look at the questions before we can end this session. Dr. Samiullah, I tried NoboLM for PowerPoint, I got it, but cannot. Yes. So in terms of the slides, it's uneditable. It's editable in NoboLM alone, but it's not editable outside. That's the downside lah. Most cases, apps are like that. They cannot change, especially for NoboLM. So I'm not using NoboLM for PowerPoint slides. I'm using other apps for that. Can we upload a whole e-textbook into it? Yes, as long as is, I think maximum is 100 megabyte maximum per file, I think. How much was Jenny? I can give you the code. You can get it for 14 ringgit per month, around 14 ringgit lah per month. So Dr. Rosalina mentioned Jenny helped her a lot in publication, and that's good. So if you already subscribed, then you can proceed. But if you want to renew your subscription, maybe you can get a much lower cost. Do you declare using Jenny for your publication? If it requires declaration, I'll declare. And in fact, I'll show you very quickly. Put in Google Scholar, and then you can just type something like this. Use Jenny AI. Yeah, so you can see, for example, this is in Google Scholar. I see. While preparing this work, the authors use Jenny AI and Anara, structure interaction session. During the preparation of this work, the authors use Jenny AI. Already declared without hiding anything. This is IEEE, meaning it's a good journal. I'm not sure about this one. MedRif, so probably it's also a good journal. Just so you know, it's already being accepted, meaning editors are already aware of all these AI apps. If you declare, doesn't mean that it's going to be rejected. It's better you declare. It's better you declare rather than not declare, hoping it's going to be accepted. Now people are accepting. As long as the AI detection is not like very high, like 70% or something like that, I think editors are also aware people are using AI, but to what extent? So you need to take a look at the publisher's guideline. If it still within the publisher guideline, I think there's no issue. Okay, so if you want the code, I'll just give it here. So I'll show you my free version. Sorry, Dr. Wirawani, I'll just
It's okay,
show you.
okay. I believe there's another question there. This doctor wants the code, your code
Okay,
to
yeah.
get.
Okay.
Okay.
Just so you know, at the bottom is something like this. Declaration of AI usage. During the preparation of this work, this is the one I'm currently writing on. The authors use Jenny in order to improve the clarity. Interestingly, even Jenny will help you do this. Okay, I'll take this out. In Jenny, I click plus here, go down, there's this AI declaration. I get automatic AI declaration. Okay, this is my subscription one. I'll show you my free version one, so that I'll show you how you can get a lot of discounts lah. Initially it's 24 ringgit, I think. But you can get it for 14 ringgit. Okay. Give me 1 minute to show you this. So I think you have this C pricing. Whatever you do here, okay, you have C pricing. You have two tiers for the annual one. Monthly, it's going to be expensive, 60 ringgit. If you take the annual, but you have to pay upfront for the one whole year, it's going to be 23 ringgit. You have Plus and Pro, then just go for Plus. I think it's okay. It's already enough. And then because we are in Malaysia, we get already 50% local discount. Go to upgrade. You go to upgrade. Okay, now initially it's 285 ringgit per year. Go to this one, add promotion code. Add promotion code. There is. Yes.
Accidentally tak off.
Okay.
Okay.
So you write save 40 and then you get 171. So this is going to be around 40 ringgit per month. 171. This is the cheapest I can get for you. I don't get commission, just so you know. I don't get commission showing you this. I just want you to have very nice price. But it's going to be 1 year for 1 year, and afterwards it's going to be 285 again. So this I mentioned to my students as well. So this is, I would say, for even students, it's affordable compared to close to 300 ringgit again. So you can try that. My student, master student, have used this. Interestingly, it was his first review paper. He did use this. He published in a Q2 journal. First time he write a review paper. And when I put Internet in, it was less than 20%. And I was surprised. It was his first time writing a paper. Suddenly he already getting less than 20%. I asked him what AI apps he used. He said mainly he used Jenny. Okay, I'm not gonna overclaim about that, but it seems very nice. Even for my own paper, I got 36%. Even though I use Jenny for paraphrasing and things like that. So feel free to try it. Okay, so I think it's more than 6 more minutes. I've gone through this. I will give you the slides for you to take a look. I want to again thank you to CPD for the invitation. 2 hours is very, very short for me, but hopefully you've gained something, especially in the ethical aspect. It's still controversial, but at least you have some ideas and it's not something that is already cast in stone. It's still debatable. In fact, even publishers are not agreeing with each other. So if you want to go with one that is lenient, feel free to go ahead and find the guideline. And if they allow you to use micromanager persona, then all the better for you, and you can skip a lot of writing and still consider yourself writing ethically. Okay, with that, again, thank you very much. I apologize if it was a little bit hectic and going through all these AI apps and all that. But hopefully, if we have a risk, we can meet up again, maybe face-to-face workshop or what in the future. I give back the floor to Dr. Wirawani. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lukman. It's very informative. We have learned a lot. Consensus and Jenny quite new to me. I think Dr. Roslina is also asking whether you have promotion code for consensus.
Unfortunately, I don't. I use it for free. Sorry.
How about all the features in Jenny? Do we have all the features if we do not pay for it?
For the ones that for free ones, it's very limited. So probably just let you do it twice, something like that. Edits, I think maybe 5 times to paraphrase, just so that you know, okay, this is a feature that they can do. But afterwards, you have to pay. They don't replenish the credits. But please take a look at the app, and if you are interested, then you can use the Save 40 for getting a better price.
Okay, so the Save 40 can only be used once. So if let's say
Yes.
next year we want to still use Save40, we have to use another account.
Yes. So off record lah. If okay, for if let's say Save40 is not mine, that one is by Jenny. But let's say you cannot use it anymore. They stop the Save40. You can use another code, 130. That one is mine. So I'm have a collaboration with Jenny. So this one will give you like 30% off, which
30% off.
So it'll be coming up to like 16 ringgit per month. This one is mine, meaning is open lah. Save40 is Jenny's, so I cannot demand, oh, okay, please make the Jenny. So I don't know when it's gonna take out the Save40 promotion one, but if it's still available, that one is much better lah kan. But for the Luqman 30, if they turn it off, I can just ask, please take it on again. I want my fellow researchers in Malaysia to gain some percentage off lah.
Oh, so Luqman 30 we can use every year?
Not every year. If the Save40 cannot be used.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. I thought this year I want to use Save40 and next year I want to use Luqman 30.
I don't
Is
think
that
it's possible.
possible?
No. Maybe you can try. If not, another account lah kan.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor. And thank you to our lively participation today. Alhamdulillah. So later you will share the slides with us, Doctor. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair and jazakumullah khair to our participants. Before we take the group photo, let us end our class, our training today with Tasbih Kafarah wa Suratul As. Thank you so much. So can everyone turn on your cameras so we can take photo? Nanti Hana boleh ambil gambar kan?
Boleh. Okay. Smile everyone for a quick group screenshot. Page 1. Then page 1, 1, 2, 3. Page 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Luqman. We hope to hear from you soon. You can invite us.
Another nice session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum.
Everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Thank you so much.